Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all over the world. Dobson 777 Alpha here. All right, I got a little treat for you here. I put together videos that I've been collecting probably since May. And so I've got some of my Rhode Island Reds towards the end, and I've also got my Cornish rocks that I just grew, and they're just about ready to be processed, but I did it all the way from chicks through ready to process. And I also have some wood that I ordered, and I showed how I've got that all stacked up. I'm all ready for winter time. But I thought it's been a long time since I've done some videos to show you what I'm doing on my homestead. And it's just, there's always something to do, and I just do a little bit at a time all the time. But I really enjoy the animal part, so this is one of my animal videos. I hardly get any views on these animals, but I'm surprised because this is really fun, and I'm trying to show you step by step how I do this. All right, so I hope you enjoy the show.
Okay, I got some new chicks, and boy, are these different. Look how lively they are. They're running all over the place. Remember the problems I had earlier this year? I got these from Alabama this time. Yeah, let me see what the name of this company was. Valley Farms Hatchery. What a difference. Now, what I did this time is I bought all roosters. Roosters mature much faster than the hens. So probably about 8 weeks on this one I'm going to process them, because they should be probably more than 8 pounds. I went too long last time because we had a lot of rain. I didn't even count these things, but they're supposed to be 25. Cute little boogers. This is nice. I don't have to start them inside because it's been nice and warm. I wanted to show you. We've got these spiders now. I don't know if I can get to come in focus, but these things are everywhere. Apparently when they have their babies, there's another one in the back there. When they have their babies, they fly on the wind with like their web. And each one will have hundreds, if not thousands, of babies. So we've been inundated this year. They started probably about 30 minutes away. It's when they first noticed the infestation in the state. This is like a foreign species of spider that hadn't been here before. And I mean, I've been killing these things left and right. I found out roach spray works the best. But I'm constantly running into spider webs now. And they're really thick, heavy-duty webs. Man, I'm really happy with these. These things look great. I should have put some fresh pine bark or pine chips in here. I was in a rush this morning. So cute. So here we are 1 week later, and these guys are starting to eat me out of house and home. They're doing fantastic. I only lost one so far, so I started with 25, and these are all roosters. They're looking great. I'm making sure twice a year that there's no food shortage at the Thompson household. These are my 24 now Cornish rocks that are 3 weeks old, 2 weeks old. I forgot. I got to go back and look at the date. I'll put it in the comments section. But anyways, they're growing like crazy. They're looking really good. In fact, I'm at the point, I think I'll back up and say they're 2 weeks old. In fact, I'm supposed to be taking the feed away at night now. Supposed to do 12 hours on, 12 hours off once they get this age, because they grow so doggone fast. I'll stitch together the videos from the day that I got these chicks to where they're at now. I've got a heat lamp on, but they're almost big enough to where you don't need a heat lamp. But I notice at night they congregate around the heat lamp, so they like it. But they're looking really good. And I did buy these from Alabama, ordering from other places, and they just were getting here too late, and they were dying because they took an extra day of travel. U.S. Post Office was really screwing up with the shipment, though. That was part of it. But this came in perfect, and they were all healthy, and just one died. After probably 3 or 4 days, one just abruptly died. But these guys, from the day I got them, they were running around like crazy. They were doing fantastic. You can see them over here eating. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. What you doing? Now, roosters grow faster than the hens do. So this time I decided to get the sexed one. So there's no fooling around. Last time, if you remember, I waited an extra week because we just had continuous rain. Well, the problem is some of them were too big to fit in the bags. And so I ended up having to cut them up, which that's not really a problem, but it's nice to just have a whole chicken put in the shrink bag. So this time I got to keep on top of it, and I got to process these when they're no more than, well, I mean, I had 11 pound chickens prior to processing. I mean, that was big chickens. So I'm going to try to process these about 8 or 9 pounds. That seems like the best size. But the problem is, since they're roosters, you're going to have to do them like all the same day, or, you know, one day after the other. It's a lot of work. I'm going to try to get a friend over here to help me this time. Give him a couple chickens for his time. But I'm telling you, I love these chickens. They taste so much better than what you get in the store. Mr. Rooster. All right, this was the first night I took their food away at night. And you can see that they are starving because they've been having food 24/7 for the first 2 weeks. And they are growing like crazy. Okay, I'm sorry about the rain, but I wanted you to see what my babies do now in the morning when I come in. They are starving. And they're all lined up here at the gate. Says, "Feed me, Daddy, feed me." So I got their food ready here. Watch what happens. The funny thing is, I have 2 feeders, and you notice there's one over here, but they're all around this one. So what I come and do, and I take my hand and just kind of go like that. Go on over there, go on over there, go on, go. Over there, over there, over there, over there. There's the feeder right there. Turn around, turn around. The food's right there. Turn around, turn around. Over there. I always have to guide them over there, so we split them up a little bit. But you see, there's still too many on this side. It's funny how they just force their way in. And look how calm they are over here. They're all fighting over the same one here. Well, this is really cute when they're eating because they're so quiet. They were going crazy before I put the food in there. They're actually starving. Well, my meat chickens are growing like crazy. We're now just a little bit over a month old. I'm not going to let them get as big this time as I did last time, because remember I had to cut quite a few of these up to fit in the bags because they just wouldn't fit, and these are supposedly all roosters, so they're going to mature much faster. So by the middle of November I'm planning on processing, and I'm going to watch the weather carefully. If it's going to be bad weather, I'm going to process early. I'm not going to process late like last time. That was a lot of extra work. Nice size. These things should be right around 4 pounds now at this weight. I'll get a weight on them later. They were starving this morning. I got to get some more pine chips. Okay, so they've been eating for a little bit here today. Today is the 18th. So these are a little bit over a month old now. A month and a few days from when I got them. And they're looking fantastic. I would say these are all running in the 4 pound range already. They grow about a pound a week. So I've been trying to give you weekly videos. I'm going to stitch this together. Hopefully this will turn out really nice for you. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's actually directories, and there's a directory for exactly what you need to do this. But I'll go through from the beginning to end exactly what you got to do for growing these. These are the easiest birds in the world. So these are Cornish rocks, or Cornish cross they call them. This hatchery, it came out much better for me. They were much closer and they came here much livelier. These have been the most active Cornish rocks that I've gotten so far, so I've been very happy with this hatchery. All right, my babies are growing. I got to get a weight on them today. These things are looking really nice size. I really have about 2 weeks left, but I may not wait that long. That is just a lot of meat right there. 24 roosters. They're always starving in the morning. I had to change one of my feeders out because they're eating so much. Maybe 5 3/4 scoops, so 15 quarts. I had to come back yesterday and fill up again, so I went ahead and brought a bigger feeder in on this side, so hopefully there'll be enough food for them so that I don't have to come back and fill up again in the afternoon. All right, today is October 25th. I bought these chickens September 15th, or at least that's when they arrived. So they were little bitty chicks nearly 6 weeks ago. And they are looking fantastic now. I just put a bunch of pine chips in here because all it is poo now. And it's rather impressive eating machines. In fact, they're drinking probably over 5 gallons of water a day now. And it's nice and cool weather, so it's not like it's super hot. Probably in another week, or maybe this weekend, I'm going to start processing. I'm going to do half of them. And then the following week, I'll do the other half. But you can see the combs on there are getting pretty well pronounced now. These are supposed to be all roosters. I kind of question that when I look at like one up here in front. The comb isn't nearly as pronounced. So I got a feeling they accidentally sent me mixed instead of all roosters, which is frustrating. But anyways, you process the roosters first because they actually grow faster than the hens. And then you do the hens second. So anyways, this is a lot of fun. I'm very happy. Very little bit of work for growing a lot of meat real quick. All right, they graduated to the goat trial the other day. And I fill this thing up. It takes about 18 quarts of feed. And usually by morning this thing is empty. There's been so little in it at the end of the day, I usually just leave it in there because it's not like they're overfeeding. But these chickens are getting really big now. I'll get another weight in a few more days on these things. Looking nice. Tell you, this is the quickest way to get you some a lot of meat for your freezer. You figure when I process these will be 6 pounds finished weight times 24. That's a lot of feed, or a lot of meat for your freezer. So as I look through here, it looks like the majority of these are roosters. But I do see what looks like a few hens in here just by looking at the combs on the top. Unless they're just maturing at a different rate, which is kind of weird, but it definitely looks like the majority are roosters. I did pay for all roosters this time, but I wasn't sure. Like if you look in the front right here, you see how those combs are smaller on these two right here in the front. These two right here versus like these other ones. You can see they got much bigger combs. So I think there's some hens in here mixed in, but we'll see. I got a couple more weeks left on these. All right, so we're at the 6-week mark for my Cornish rocks. And the funny thing is, I had weighed these about a week ago, and I'm like, why the heck are these only weighing about 3 pounds? And then I realized my doggone scale up here, the outside scale, which is the larger numbers, that's in kilograms. The inside black numbers are pounds. So if you look at where 3 pounds is, that's about 6.5. I'm sorry, where 3 kilograms is, that's like 6.5 pounds. I'm currently up to 8 pounds already. So these are fantastic. By the end of the week, they'll be perfect size. So anyways, that scale has caught me several times. Caught me off guard, but these are, I was picking them up today. I'm like, there's no way these are 3 pounds. And then I looked at the scale closer and go, oh yeah, I forgot. It's just been a long time since I've used it. So anyways, these things are looking fantastic. So I will be processing this weekend. So I moved my hens up to the upper hen house. I just had the hens all calm, and then I had to go and sneeze. But anyways, I had gotten rid of my older hens the other day. I had somebody from Atlanta come and pick them up. He had done the same thing I did. He went and got himself some chicks, and he realized it's going to take months before they start laying. And I try to rotate mine out about every 2.5 years or so. They'll actually lay all the way to probably about 5 years, but it starts slowing down significantly. So I'm going to say like May 7th or something, I had got these chicks, and they were already 2 weeks old. And now it's July 26th. So these guys are supposed to start laying at about 4 months. So they got a little bit while longer, but they'll start laying. But first thing I did is in that other chicken coop, I put my rooster in there and kept him separated from the hens for 24 hours. And so today I've opened the door, and the hens are going in there. He's sitting in top up there where the nesting box is. I don't know if you can see him through the thing every once in a while. He's showing his head, but he doesn't quite understand what's going on. He doesn't know what happened to his other hens. He was crying for them all the other day. He was crowing all day, and he never does that. But he was like, where are you guys? I know what he was doing. So I'm hoping these are old enough and the rooster's not going to abuse them too much, but there's 12 hens and 1 rooster. We'll see what happens. But everybody seems nice and calm. I'm not letting them free range yet because I'm trying to get them used to knowing that this is their new chicken house. And once he's introduced to them in a couple days, I'll let them all out, and it should work out well. But this is some of the things you do in farm life. Cute hens. They're going to be huge because I fed them properly, and so they're, let's say the beginning of May, so May, June, July. So they're 3 months old. They have one more month before they'll potentially start laying. I made a mistake last time not getting them in here soon enough, and I had eggs all over the place. I thought they weren't laying, but they had found a place in one of the dog houses and had laid like 20-something eggs before I realized that they were already laying. So this way they'll be used to the nesting boxes and everything, and hopefully do better. Now, you know, when they first start out, they're small eggs, and as the hens age, they get bigger eggs, sometimes a little thinner shells, but so that's going to be a little bit different because I had jumbo eggs. It was fantastic, the eggs I was getting from other hens. Some of the people I give eggs to, they're a little bit upset at me, but it's like, no, this is what you got to do. You got to change things out. Try to keep things always on a rotation because you never know, you know, when something's going to happen. And that means in another year, I'll probably change out my rooster as well, because he's over 3 years old now, I think. Well, it's been a couple days since I introduced my young hens to my rooster, and they wouldn't even come out of the upper hen house until today. So this is really nice seeing them. He's taking care of them like, not necessarily like his girlfriends yet, more like his children, because they're still young. He's such a gentle rooster. So happy to see it. I'm just happy to see them all out now with him. They're still a little skittish around me, but it's the first time I've seen them come out to me. So this is nice. They've still got like another month before they'll start laying. I'm happy to see them out now. I really get a lot of enjoyment handling animals. And I found a good home for my older hens. So now I've got 12 young ones. It's going to be a lot of eggs when they start laying. They're fairly small eggs when they first start laying, and then they continually grow to probably bigger than jumbo is what I've had with these Rhode Island Reds. Now these were born like around the beginning of May, or hatched I should say. So it's now towards the end of July. So that's 3 months. They still have one more month and then they should start laying. They're looking at my dog over there. Hey, Doug, Doug. Hey, Doug, Doug. They're like, we don't know who that is. Oh, they're scared now. It's okay. He's not going to do anything. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He won't bother you. It's funny. He's okay. He won't bother you. He can't get to you. I got the fence up. All right, well, that's enough. They're still making little baby chick noises. They're not making hen noises yet. It's just sounds of my little homestead here. They're so cute. So these guys are 3 months old, or gals I should say. My rooster's I think close to 3, if not over 3 now. I forgot I've still got my camera on night mode here for when it's dark in the bedroom, so it's hard for me to see the screen. I was hoping to get some of the behaviors they have where they're doing like some chest bumping and stuff, because it's almost like they're trying to do the pecking order already. It's nice to see them out here now. They're exploring more and more, but still hanging around the rooster.
All right, they didn't start laying till October, and it started out, it was really interesting about, I'd get, 4 or 5, and then I'd find a couple out in the yard. And so when they started laying, I decided to keep them in the hen house in the morning till about noon, just so that I would teach them to lay the eggs in the hen house. And I did that for several days, and then I didn't notice any more in the yard. Now we're about a month since they started laying, and I'm getting, surprisingly, 8 to 10 eggs a day out of these 12 hens. And you can see they're getting pretty good size eggs now. So I think all of them are laying now. It's just you don't get one every day, but I'm getting one, almost one every day, and they're doing fantastic. So I'm very happy. There's just things you have to learn about your animals, and you take precautions. The rooster didn't like being penned up for half the day, but I had to do it just to train them to make sure they use the nesting boxes. So I've got that behind me now, and everything's working great. They kind of lay all day long. So this year I had processed a whole bunch of wood, and unfortunately I injured myself earlier in the year. I got this plantar fasciitis, I think is how you pronounce it, and I've been kind of nursing my foot for 6 months now, and it seems like it is getting better, but it was just because I was lifting these heavy rounds to be able to get up on the splitter, and they were just really too heavy for what I should have done, and I didn't have good support in my shoes, and so basically I damaged my arch. But in any event, I had to fill up this last rack, and I ordered a bunch of wood from this guy that had a large dump trailer, and he came and dumped it, and now I got to take all of this, and it turns out it was roughly 2 cord of wood. It was a nice amount of wood, and that filled up my last rack and a half that I had left to fill up. Okay, you can see the progress as I've been filling up the rack. There's actually 3 rows of wood in that right section, and that's 12 feet long, and it's about 4 feet wide, and probably 4.5 to 5 feet tall. And in a second, you're going to see the fact that even the far left side, I filled up with wood as well. And it ends up being a tremendous amount of wood that's all ready now for winter. It's not perfectly seasoned right now, but I have that middle rack that's ready to go, and the far left rack is all seasoned as well. So in a couple months, it'll be plenty ready to burn. So there's always something to do on a homestead. I just thought you'd be interested to see that. I hope everybody's treating you well. I hope you're doing well. Do the best you can. God bless. Doug has a new toy. Doug has a new toy. Let me see it. You got a new toy? You're so happy. It's a little rabbit. Does that make you happy? Whoops. All right, go potty. We gonna go bye-bye? Are we gonna go bye-bye?
We gonna go bye-bye? We gonna go bye-bye? Yeah, all right. You going to get in the car? We're not quite ready. I'm almost ready. You almost ready? Okay. I tell you, you got to walk all around your property and pay attention to things, but I got tons of blackberries that are ready to be harvested, so I got to go get a little cup and fill these things up. I was just shocked when I walked down here and go, hey, what's that? So guess what? I got a little treat right now. Doug has a new toy. Doug has a new toy. Let me see it. You got a new toy? You're so happy? It's a little rabbit. Does that make you happy? Whoops. Got a little wag going on, huh? Happy boy.